there, Sue and David back again. How are you?
Not too bad. This I think is about the 9th of these, so we're travelling all right.
We're travelling good. Yeah, I'm enjoying.
I have my metal t-shirt on today instead of my office t-shirt. So probably a bit more me than usual.
Yeah. So, what topic are we going to talk about today?
I think there's kind of a tension. So, obviously, you shouldn't marry someone with the idea that they're a fixer-upper, that you're not completely happy with them now, but you'll change them and get them to how you want them.
I have heard that. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of times it sort of says, like, when we get married, then, you know, I'll change him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, that brings up warning bells for me.
Yeah, it doesn't usually end all that well. But I guess the other side of that is then being so fixed in your ways. It's like, well, this is me and this is who I am, and you must accept me exactly as I am, and I will never, budge on anything, So there's a tension between the two, I think.
And for some reason we do that. Mm-hmm. We either try and fix someone to our criteria, mm-hmm. The way that we think they should be, mm-hmm. and then woe betide they don't get there and they're not falling into your plans. Mm-hmm. Causes major, obviously, conflict. And then the other side, like you sort of said, and through my studies, we did discuss having a fixed mindset as opposed to a growth mindset. Because if you've got a fixed mindset, then, like you said, it's set in stone, can't change, that's who I am, done. Mm-hmm. And then in that way, how can you grow and develop and be the best person you can be without changing somehow?
If you're stuck where you are, yeah. That work, I think, Carol Dweck sort of popularised it, and it's really quite nice because it's when you're learning maths, if you have a fixed mindset, you go, I'm not a maths person, I can't do maths, I'll never be able to do maths, etc. If you have a growth mindset, it's I can't do this particular maths yet. So you leave yourself the opportunity of growing open. Yeah. So
because I think if you so say that's it, that's who I am, then I think you close down possibilities, mm-hmm. and then you get stuck in this cyclical kind of behaviour without any room, and that then becomes boring.
Well, yeah, because you remain the person that you were at 22 or 30 or when you got married forever,
and you
rather
stay the
than
same.
growing. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't think we've got any particular advice or solutions, but recognising the possibility of both things.
Yeah.
Recognising that you are going to grow together and change. So it's being then, I think, within the couple, having a growth mindset for you as a couple, that you'll be dynamic, that you'll change in relation to one another, rather than one changing because the other one desires it. Or, the other problem, which is part of this, is if you completely change yourself to be how your partner is or how you perceive that your partner wants you to be and lose your own identity, then there can be a problem there as well.
A huge big problem, because sometimes you get married, sort of say, and then you sort of start to like what your partner likes, their likes, their dislikes become part of you, and everything, and you change, and you lose who you are as a person, as an individual, and how boring.
Well, you end up with 1.5 people or one person in the marriage rather than two, because one's completely submerged in the other.
And how fun that would be if you married yourself.
Well, depending how narcissistic you are, I suppose you might like to marry yourself. But yeah, in general, there's not a lot of spark there if it's just a copy of all your own interests and needs and so on.
So. Yeah, so you become the mini me of and so where's the spark in that? Where's the connection, the challenge, the questioning, the curiosity that comes with differences of opinion and being able to.
Yeah, no, exactly. It seems much more powerful to keep growing, each of you growing individually and growing together, but not growing together, not converging into one, but continuing to grow and continuing to interact in a complex way. Yeah.
It all, I suppose, if you could put this as a big one for metaphors, so it would be almost like, okay, you've got your ideal path from sort of marriage till the day you die, and there is a linear thing of the quickest and the best way to be. But as we grow and develop, it's almost like this pattern of coming out and back in and going around the other side. So it's this sort of spiral.
Yeah, no, I would see it much more like sort of intertwining vines rather than a straight line.
Yeah, but the straight line is there because you've got a vision. For those who have a vision, and we've talked about having a vision. This is where you are. This is your vision. There's your linear path, sort of thing. But as you said, it's that twisting vine that then becomes dynamic.
To take a metaphor too far, the twisting vines are always heading toward the light. It's not particularly a straight line, but it's a direction. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still getting there, and they will kind of get together at one hit. And I think that's powerful in a way that when you are in like a stressful situation, if you're both in the same stressful situation, then you both can't rely on each other. Whereas if you've got this twisting vines, when one is in a bad place, the other one can be that strong sense of support so that the other person can.
And vice versa at different times.
At different times,
And we could probably keep talking for many hours, but that's probably enough for 1 week's talk. We'll talk to you again next week about something different.
Bye. See you later.